Hello, everybody. My name is Reese, and I am trying to find my biological father. And I don't have much information on him, but what I can do is share with you a few descriptions, and hopefully somebody out there knows something. Um, I was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and he's not on the birth certificate, but he's full 100% Laguna Pueblo. It's a Native American tribe that's like 40 miles west of Albuquerque, and it's a great reservation. Like, I actually went over there last November. I spent like all of November trying to get in touch with anybody who's from that tribe, and nobody really got back to me. This one girl, Sydney, actually got in touch with me, and she's Laguna Pueblo. She's registered, and so I went to Albuquerque and I met her, and she's actually a really cool person. And I'm very grateful that I met her. And I didn't find him, but she did kind of give me some insight on like how they work in a tradition, like how they see the world. And it's pretty beautiful. Um, on the side note, it was really great to be on the reservation. I went there for about 5 days, and the only descriptions that I have of him are from my biological mother. She doesn't remember his name. He's not on the birth certificate. I mean, of course, this is back in like 93, so when I did ask her, she's like, what, that's like 20 something years ago? Like I understand. We moved to New York when I was about 4 or 5. I don't really remember the exact age. Um, and so I grew up on her side of the family, which is just 100% Irish. And so I never really like paid much attention to going to find him. And it just kind of hit me one day, like last November. I was like, I have to go find him. So I planned a trip to Albuquerque for a week to go try to hunt down these descriptions that I have of him and go to the reservation and see what I could just do. Because this world is full of opportunity. You can have the answers to anything that you want. You just have to ask for it. And this is what I've been doing, and this is why I'm creating this video. It's because I need to share this information, and I I would like to get to know my father if that's possible. And if not, I'd like to know a brother or a sister, maybe even a cousin, or it's half of my life that's been robbed, I guess. So part of the descriptions for my father is obviously he's full Native American on Laguna Pueblo reservation. Um, Before I was born December 11, 1993, and he had 3 open heart surgeries, and he had really bad eyesight, so he was always wearing like glasses, I guess like sunglasses, like even in bars. And he was tall and dark, long hair, which he's Native American. Of course he's gonna be beautiful. And in 1993, he had a 1993 year model car. That's what she said. And she doesn't remember the car. She doesn't remember what kind of car it was. Um, but she swears up and down that it was of that year. Also, she said that other girls were conceived at the same time that I was. So I have to have like brothers or sisters my age. Um, and also, he's the son of a medicine man. For you guys that don't know what a medicine man is, it's kind of like a shaman, I guess you would say. They're really in tune with the spirit world, and um, they're highly respected people. I have a lot of appreciation for um, I guess like respect for life, like plants and animals, and I probably get that from him, if so. And I've always been that way. So, um, okay, and here's the trick. She doesn't know his name. She said it's like Kulani or Kulandi Shreves, and she doesn't remember. So, obviously I spent time on the internet trying to look up those names, and I can't really find any leads or any names that would kind of fit that. Um, yep, that's the only descriptions that I have. She did say that I was born in the Presbyterian hospital. So I went there and I was really hoping that I could just like find like a medical records office and like, see if I could get any information. And it's kind of tricky because you can't really like dig into anybody's medical records, because since I was born there, my mother had to have some kind of record there. I don't know if they would have shown me it anyway because it's hers, but it's also mine. I don't know, that's fucking me up a little bit. um, so I don't have much to go off of. And the few places that I went to while I was in Albuquerque, I stay at the Nativo Lodge. For those of you who don't know what the Nativo Lodge is, it's this really cool like hotel. And it's like Native American like themed. They also have these artist rooms where like each room is like painted differently by like local contemporary artists, and they have some kind of meaning to the painting that they're doing in that room. So you get to read about like the person who did it. Just really cool. If you guys ever stop that way, definitely go check out a room like that. So I was there from November 14th to the 20th. And so I've been to the hospital. I was just kind of like also aimlessly walking around looking for this description of this guy who looked like that 20 something years ago. So, um, and I also have a lot of clips that are from the Albuquerque trip, and most of them is just a bunch of clips where I am walking around trying to beg for information from anybody, and I'm just getting shot down. And so it's pretty sad, but I'm cool with it, like I think something will come. And I'm pretty hopeful, like I spent a lot of time into this project because I care about it. And I really I feel like something's like drawing me to it, you know? Because it's so mysterious. I feel like I'm chasing a ghost. It's the best way I can describe how I feel about this, and I at this point I'm doing anything that I can do to try to gather some materials, some leads. Like for instance, I am doing this video with you guys to share the story. And I got in touch with a lawyer who knows like detectives in Albuquerque, and so I hired a private investigator who's also over there. I also did a family finder DNA test, and that should be coming in, I think, in like 3 weeks, the results. I mean, I don't know what I could find off of that, but hopefully I can find like a third cousin or something, somebody from that side of the family, because if I wanted to know anything about my mom's side, if I wanted to know anything about my mom's side, I could just ask, because they're all from like Ireland. They're all 100% Irish, and They all know each other. There's barely any gaps. You could just ask. But when it comes to my father's side of the family, since I don't know anybody, I'm desperately running around trying to know anything. Now, I've been talking to a lot of people about this because I really want to get this going. And then part of you putting yourself out there is having to tell your story and why you're doing it and what you want to happen. And so, I mean, it's 2018. We're in America, and I know that some of you are in the same situation that I am, and it's sad. Like, I do feel bad for the people out there that don't know where they come from, because it's easy if you can understand how people who share your DNA, your ancestors, if they had a certain way of being or a way of thinking or a way of doing things that got passed down to you and you don't know where you get these traits from, you kind of, in my situation, I always thought that I was wrong, because I did things very differently. I'm the youngest of 5 siblings, and I was very different, and I had my own father, and um, I was the only Native American one out of all of us. So not only did I get picked on, like at school, for being different, um, I still had to face the challenge of knowing that I was different because I'd had to be with myself all the time. It wasn't just at school, it was at home, and I didn't understand why I looked so different from my siblings. And I was the youngest out of all of them, and I had a different dad, so I was definitely exiled from the start. And I did things very differently, and I saw things very differently ever since I was little, and I didn't have many people to tell what was actually going on with me. Um, Mainly because I wanted everybody just to treat me the same as they treated everybody else. So I tried to blend in, and the more that I tried to blend in with anything, with any situation, the more I stand out. So I just kind of gave up with that and started honoring the fact that I'm Native American. And I want to know more about my Native American culture because essentially I want to know more about me. And that's not wrong. I, I I don't have any bad intentions. And I know that I don't because ever since I was a little girl, I would say I'm gonna go find my father one day when I grow up. Well, I guess that day is today. And I really just need to know anything just for closure, peace of mind. Um, if anybody has anything to share with me or can send me in the right direction, give me some leads, I would be so grateful. I thank you for watching today and listening. If you have any questions, just write